First of all, premiering at TIFF, which is a really exciting thing. Is this going to be the first time that you're seeing the movie with an audience?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And I'm looking forward to it.
No pressure.
No, well, pressure's done.
Now, what drew you to playing William Marston? What made you need to take on this role?
Well, the script, Angela's script. It was, I picked it up, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know what it was about, but I'd been told to read it because it was good. So I thought, okay. So I read it one night, and usually it takes me 2 or 3 days to absorb a script and read a script. And I read this all in one go and got to the end of it and couldn't quite believe what I'd read was a true story. So I then went and did my research, and it really was. This man had fell in love with these 2 women and had this incredible polyamorous relationship. It invented the early polygraph with his wife. Was a Harvard professor of psychology when psychology wasn't even, it was like some new fandangled idea, you know, at Harvard, and then goes on and creates Wonder Woman, you know. It's like all in one lifetime. It was quite extraordinary. And the more then we did the research, and the more you realize how much of a true love these 3 people had for each other in a time when it would have been looked down upon massively. They struggled through and kept loyal to each other, which I thought was amazing.
Was there anything about the film? It takes on a lot of things about gender, relationships, sex, all of that. Mm-hmm. Was there anything that surprised you or confounded your expectations, or that you loved and appreciated getting to portray in the film?
Well, I just loved the fact that these 3 people were born in a time where, you know, people were looked down upon if you were different. You know, women didn't have equality. There certainly wouldn't have been race equality. And they were accepting of each other, and he accepted that these women loved each other as much as they loved him, and vice versa. It was about 3 people who were so forward thinking, and they understood, you know, it takes all sorts. And I loved that about these 3 people, and their children were brought up in a house of love, and it might not have been the conventional love story, but it was true, and it was honest, and it was real and authentic, and they lived in a loving relationship his whole life. And when he died, they lived together and brought up the children for the next 40 years. You know, it's just, it brings a tear to my eye, you know, when I think about these 3 people. They just loved each other, and they made it work, which is, it's beautiful. And we rarely see polyamory like presented in a movie like this, and the fact that this is a true story makes it even more poignant. And the fact that it influenced Wonder Woman is just like, hold on, where does it end? You know, like, seriously, all this, it's just extraordinary. And so I think it's a revelation, this story and this movie, and I'm just glad it was made, and I'm glad I was part of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I can't wait for everybody to see this.
Great.
Thank you so much.